or a job, Newport Healthcare, new to Utah, and they are a place to keep your eye on.
Joining us now is Kristen Wilson. She's the Vice President of Clinical Outreach. Hi, Kristen. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much for having me. Your segment before was a perfect segue.
About the boundaries, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, we're going to get into that. Tell us a little bit about Newport Healthcare.
So Newport Healthcare is a series of evidence-based treatment centers across the country. We specialize in creating healing environments for teenagers and young adults and their families who are struggling with primary mental health and lots of co-occurring behaviors.
First time in Utah, opening where next month?
Opening in Oakley at the end of August.
Which
so exciting.
You know that's a beautiful location. You
It's a
used to live
beautiful
right by
location
Oakley.
and it needs things like this.
Absolutely, absolutely. We see the need for mental health, specifically with adolescents and young adults right now in the state of the country that we're in with the COVID pandemic. Kids are struggling, and they're struggling more than ever before. So the need is there.
What are we talking about?
Struggling with depression, anxiety, additional stress. The 4-H Council just partnered with the Harris Poll and did a study on students 13 to 17. 7 out of 10 reported increased states of depression, anxiety, and stress related to the COVID quarantine, isolation from school and peers. The good news is that 79% of them asked for help, safe spaces where they can talk about mental health. So this service is so needed.
So prior to the pandemic, can we read some of those studies that you're seeing,
Yeah, sure.
those numbers you're seeing on the screen right there? 27% of students reporting feeling sad or hopeless. They're reporting psychological distress. 18% said they seriously considered suicide. And even scarier, 14% of the students actually made a suicide plan.
Yeah.
When you hear those numbers,
It's disheartening. And what we've seen through the last 18 months is those stats going up off the charts. A 300% increase in emergency room visits for mental health.
When you mentioned boundaries, that's something you're trying to help these teenagers create for themselves.
Yes, we want to get them connected authentically to themselves, to their peers. A lot of our kids have trouble with relationships with friends, and then ultimately, and the most important, is connections with their families. So we talk with parents through our attachment-based family therapy model about role modeling, setting boundaries, creating systems so that when the kids go back home, the whole family is in a better place.
what's your best advice and the toughest thing you see parents going through with teenagers? I mean, all three of us here are parents of a teen, and you feel like you're on the other side of the door so often that you just don't know how to reach them.
You are. I think the biggest thing is scheduling time every day for open communication without screens. Whether, old school, we used to say at dinner time, but that doesn't happen anymore. We're running in 5 different directions. So sometimes driving in the car next to your teenager where you don't necessarily have to have eye contact can open the door to some really powerful conversations.
That's so interesting. That's been suggested to me before.
Really?
You don't have to sit there and look at each other in the face,
Exactly.
even just being next to each other, and something like a car or sitting next to each other, maybe having a meal.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that eye contact. You also try to get rid of the stigma surrounding mental health. I know Newport works on that.
We do. We partner with a lot of nonprofits in order to break the stigma that surrounds mental health, because we all have to start talking about it just the way we talk about our physical health. If we're upset, we sometimes feel like it's a sign of weakness. I can't really say anything. But that's not the truth. Everybody has feelings. Everyone feels upset from time to time. We want to open those conversations and decrease the stigma around it.
Isn't there this feeling we always have to say, I got it? No, I don't feel great, but I got it.
Yeah.
There's this sense that we have to be okay when so many people out there, including our teenagers, are not okay right now.
Absolutely.
What are you seeing in our state in particular? Like, is it hopeful?
It is hopeful, and we're looking for teammates to come work for us. So for people that are passionate about helping and compassionate and empathetic and want to be a positive influence on a teenager's life, this is the place to come work. We're looking for everyone from operational staff, housekeeping, chefs, all the way up to psychiatrists. We need help. We want people on our team who are passionate and empathetic.
All right, that's the phone number. NewportHealthcare.com is the website. 801-618-0671. Thank you so much, Kristen.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
having
for being
me.
part of today's sponsored
Absolutely.
segment. Again, this is happening in Oakley next month, so very exciting, coming to our state. Up next, I'm taking you home, Saray. You're getting the
Nisha's
recipe.
Kitchen.
My house and cheesy egg casserole. It's so easy.
I would love a bite. All right, then HVAC supply and demand. We're speaking with a local company to learn what that means for you and your home. Then Princess Diana's niece wore 5 handmade gowns at her wedding. See all the looks in today's Fashion Fix, still to come.